Hello everyone, my name's Giselle, and over the last month and a half, I have been slowly working through redesigning Fairytail characters. So far, I've redesigned Lucy Hartfilia, Kana El Barona, Mara Jane Strauss, the she-devil form of Mara Jane Strauss, Natsu, Gajiel, Wendy, and technically Happy and Kala. And so today I'm going to be continuing that by redesigning Asza Scarlet.
Asza Scarlet.
So, for those of you that have been on this channel before, you might be wondering why today's video is just going to be one character instead of multiple. And that is because her ability kind of allows her to have a bunch of different forms almost. It's really just outfit changes, but they are so drastic, and so I felt like it would be a lot more fun to just do a full video so I could do multiple different versions of her. If you haven't seen Fairytail, which I don't know if anyone who watches these videos hasn't seen Fairytail, but if you haven't, her ability is explained as she has a pocket dimension where she puts a bunch of different suits of armor and weapons, and when she's in a fight, she has the ability to switch between all of those suits of armor and weapons almost instantly. But this armor I'm redesigning first is actually just her most basic armor. She wears it constantly. The first thing I wanted to change is I wanted to make it more regal. So I obviously just did that with the long middle part skirt, the rose themes. I feel like that style of sword with the little twisty bits around the handle. I don't know what those twisty bits are called, but I feel like that's also very fancy with the very thin blade. I gave her little diamond, I guess, hair clips that look similar to a crown with the braid down the middle. I just wanted her to seem a bit regal because a lot of her different forms, which she names and puts together herself, are named and based around regality in some way. A lot of them are named after empresses, godly power, and so I felt like it made sense that if she constantly likes designing these outfits around regality, her main one probably would be a little less casual too. I also changed the silver to gold. I just feel like with the warmth of her hair color, gold looks better than silver. I also am a gold fan, as some of you may know. I really liked actually putting armored boots that don't connect to a full set of armor. I feel like that looks really cool. I discovered that with this. I don't draw armor super often because I find it kind of boring, but I feel like even just on their own, armored boots are really cool. I feel I don't know, they look good. So I really like that part of this design, obviously. I also implemented a lot more red into her design. For those of you that don't know, her last name is not actually Scarlet. That's not a family name. It's a name she chose for herself because of her hair color, because a boy she liked pointed it out. And so I felt like it made sense that she would implement that into other areas of her personality.
Fairy Armor.
Okay, next of all is her fairy armor. So this armor is obviously titled out of respect for the Fairytail Guild, I guess. And it is vaguely fairy themed with the pink colors and stuff, but I feel when I look at this, and I showed it to a few other people too to see what their automatic assumption was, I don't feel I immediately think of a fairy. I think more of some kind of magical bird, or even a dragon really. And so I wanted to play more into the fairy specific elements of it. This suit of armor isn't really designed at all based on its ability. The ability it says it has is that she has energy blasts, and she uses wind torrents to do that, is what I read. But I wanted to focus more on the fact that this armor is supposed to be designed as a fairy themed thing. So first of all, I thought about the fairies I saw when I was younger, and they had dresses that were made out of plants, you know? And so I wanted her dress to kind of look like she's wearing a big flower, so I gave her that skirt that kind of looks like it's made of petals. I didn't want it to be too overly detailed. I didn't want all the details to be bunched up at the skirt, so that's why I gave just a kind of plain petticoat underneath it. Obviously, dude, the butterfly butterfly pattern is so perfect for a chest plate. And then I just continued the wings for her little shoulders. I once again did the boots. I feel like I realized something while designing these. Armored boots are so cool. Oh my goodness. I need to buy some. But I'm pretty sure custom armor costs like $1 million, so whatever. And then I also themed it flower-wise around orchids, because recently I have been looking after a cute little orchid plant of my own, and I've kind of become obsessed with them. I think they're like the cutest plant ever, and so I wanted to include them rather than like roses or something else. I also changed her weapon from the sword that she has to a scythe. I feel like it fits the whole like gardeny theme that goes with fairies. Once again, all the metal is gold because I I cannot not let my personal biases impact how I do character design. As for her hair, it's pretty simple. I just kind of made it a little bit messier and then put the flowers all through it as if she's been like running through fields, you know, frolicking and stuff. I really liked this though. I feel like it's kind of cute whenever you see very like, I guess, angry and aggressive characters in super cutesy clothes. It almost feels kind of magical girlish, which I do like, considering whenever I see her like power or her transformations, I always think like this would be made 1,000,000 times better if instead of just shifting into the armor, she had like a full 5-minute magical girl transformation. So yeah, this is like my favorite one out of the forms for Asza I did.
Lightning Empress.
Okay, and third is the Lightning Empress armor. So this is what I was talking about before, and I said like a lot of them seem to take inspiration from like regalness. I don't know what word is the correct one there, but you know, fanciness, royalty. And I wanted to play more into that. Like I said before, that like skirt thing where it goes down the middle, as much as people seem to attribute it to like Greece and stuff, I looked through a bunch of Grecian statues, especially like of Zeus and stuff, and I didn't see any skirts like that anywhere in the Pantheon. Maybe I'm missing something, but like I just didn't see that. I did, however, see a lot of like drapery. So for this design, I wanted to make the lower layer of it look like a big drapey dress, like cloth thing, like you'd see in Grecian statues. But then, since the point of this form is that she can like take in energy from lightning and then use it in her attacks, I wanted to make it so that she was somewhat resilient, since, you know, you'd be using this in a thunderstorm. And so I decided, instead of giving her any metal armor, her armor for this would be leather. So I made like the shoulder plates and the hip plates leather. I also thought that giving her like a big coat-like dress could kind of resemble like, I don't know, I looked up like lightning proof clothing and a lot of it was just big jackets, so I felt like that could kind of, you know, be like a layer of lightning proof, I guess. I also gave her sandals. I feel like that's pretty hand in hand with people's image of like Grecian gods, as well as obviously the is it called a wreath on her head, the little crown. And then obviously a bunch of like sparks all over the place. I looked up lightning rods and I found out that the top of lightning rods tends to have this little like sun spiky shape. I'll put up an example of what it looks like, but I decided to change her weapon to a spear, where one of the sides is like a lightning rod and then the other side is a spear, so it's very direct that she like grabs the lightning and then it comes out the other side of her weapon, you know? And I feel like it looks really cool, honestly. I also, for her hair, I decided to put it into like a faux Grecian hairstyle. I'm not actually 100% sure how Greek people did their hair, but whenever I see like historical movies and stuff, it's always up in this very like intricate but messy hairstyle, and so I feel like I kind of got that. I also, for the little buns on top, I tried to make them look less like hair and more like the circular drawings of it that you see in Grecian art, I guess. Yeah, that's the Lightning Empress. Close second, in my opinion, to the fairy armor, but not quite there because there's no pink on it, and you guys know how I feel about pink. Yeah, that's the end of the video. I hope you liked it. If you'd like to commission me, the prices are on screen. You can message me on Instagram or Twitter. Yeah. Bye.